Your Campus Weather Authority has been tracking stormy weather this week. Our weather experts are watching the chance for more showers this evening. And TikTok CEO testifies during U.S. congressional hearing. We have the latest. Plus, find out which furry friend is hoping to join your family. This is Nightly at 4. It's a gloomy Friday here in central Oklahoma. Good evening, I'm Carolyn Felling.
And I'm Emily Faith. The largest team of collegiate meteorologists have been keeping a close eye on the forecast, and more rain is on the way.
Yes, Emily, let's get right over to OU Nightly's meteorologist, Chloe Arroyo.
That's right, ladies. We had a lot of rain yesterday with that very strong storm system that went through the region and in the entire state yesterday. But take a look up to our east. That system has since pushed out of our region. Now we're seeing a little bit of mist here and there in the metro. Now here's a little bit of a bigger picture. That storm is still producing even some severe weather up down in Arkansas and down into Louisiana. So a pretty big system that pushed through the state of Oklahoma yesterday. Now, as that's starting to fizzle out, here is what we're expecting to see. A 30% chance for Norman and Oklahoma City. As you go a little further north and east, you'll see a higher chance for some rain. Now, coming up here in a little bit, we have lots to talk about. This rain is going to fizzle out, leaving us with a nice weekend. And then we'll have another chance for some severe weather as we head into later on next week. I'll have all that coming up here in a bit.
And new at 4, we're hearing from OU police for the first time today after a self-proclaimed preacher was punched here on campus. Take a look at this video we have from the incident yesterday. Officers say both the preacher and the man who punched him declined to press charges. The preacher also came back to campus today. We reached out to the Student Government Association for more about what this means for campus safety.
I don't think it's right that folks can stand around and harass our students. But I don't think violence is necessarily the best response or the safest response either.
And you can hear from the preacher himself about why he chose to speak at OU. That's ahead at 4:30.
Now at 4, China says it will firmly oppose the sale of a popular social media app. That request was made as U.S. government officials are increasingly concerned about the Chinese government using TikTok to spy on users. CNN's Mike Valerio has the latest.
There are more than 150 million Americans who love our platform.
TikTok CEO facing U.S. lawmakers for the first time on Capitol Hill in a heated hearing.
We do not trust TikTok will ever embrace American values. TikTok has repeatedly chosen the path for more control, more surveillance, and more manipulation. Your platform should be banned.
U.S. lawmakers repeating calls for the ban of the video app based on national security concerns about the app's ability to collect data from its users. But TikTok CEO maintains the app doesn't collect any more data than other social media companies.
We will firewall protected U.S. data from unwanted foreign access.
CEO Shou Chu fighting back, attempting to reassure Congress his company has taken action to resolve fears the Chinese government could gain access to TikTok user data.
The bottom line is this: American data stored on American soil by an American company, overseen by American personnel.
But in the eyes of some experts, an all-out TikTok ban is unlikely.
This app has millions of users. Right, so free speech and all of these other considerations come into play, and that's why I think we're far less likely to get a full ban and more likely to see some kind of potentially middle ground restriction.
In Los Angeles, I'm Mike Valerio.
The state of Oklahoma has banned the use of TikTok on state-issued devices, and the platform cannot be used on the campus Wi-Fi.
And new at 4, the Cleveland County Sheriff's Office needs your help identifying the person in this photo. The Sheriff's Office say that they are a person of interest in an RV stolen investigation. Deputies say on Tuesday a white 2012 Jayco RV was stolen from a property in Lexington, about 15 miles south of Norman. If you have any information, you are asked to contact the Cleveland County Sheriff's Office.
And less than 2 weeks from Election Day in Cleveland County, it's a runoff race for Norman City Council Ward 5 and the Norman Public School Board. If candidates did not receive a majority of votes in the February 14th election, this is where their races are decided. Early voting will be held next Thursday and Friday from 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. at the County Election Board. Election Day is Tuesday, April 4th.
And coming up on Nightly at 4, a weekly event on your campus is here with a new culture.
And we have a look at the fun in our Sooner Spotlight. Plus, a lunch lady in Iowa makes a lasting impact on every student she meets.
And now it's the students' turn to leave their impact on her. On this week's edition of Sooner Spotlight, we're highlighting Farsi Friday. This is a weekly event for Persian language conversation tutoring and a taste of Persian culture. For those who started this event, their goal is to bring Persian culture to light.
We also try to kind of incorporate a little bit of culture, a little bit of kind of get-together, practice of conversation, and talk about Iran and Persian culture and Persian language.
If you're interested in attending, you can join the group next Friday afternoon at 2 p.m. in Kaufman Hall.
And an employee at Iowa University isn't just making sure students are well fed, she's making sure they feel the love. And now students are returning the favor. CNN's Ryan Russell has the story.
Thank you, Brian. How are you, buddy? You know you're loved.
When was the last time a lunch lady greeted you by name?
Hi, Anthony. You know you're going to be on TV.
How are you?
Good, how are you?
Marietta Jackson is no ordinary lunch lady. For 15 years, she's been a powerful light that brightens the Drake University Hubble Dining Hall.
Hi there.
Hi, Marietta.
How are you?
Doing well.
Good.
And she makes everybody that passes by her cashier station feel right at home.
She's an amazing woman. She's always so kind. She takes care of us, and she always makes you feel special.
They love me. I love them too. They know I'm the mom away from home.
She knows everybody's name. She lights up your day, makes you feel welcomed. You would never guess she's going through what she's going through.
What she is going through might wipe that smile away, but not Jackson.
I have ovarian cancer, which has not been pleasant at all.
Jackson has been on and off the job and in the hospital dealing with scary health issues. That's when Drake basketball player Maggie Bear opened up a GoFundMe account for her, and it's raised more than $18,000 for medical expenses.
I feel surrounded with love.
And that love is mutual.
To have that level of warmth and comfort and joy come out of this one little body is something that I feel like everybody looks forward to. I know I look forward to it.
Jackson says she's trying to work as much as she can through her diagnosis, and she asked us to let her send a message.
I feel their prayers, and I am truly blessed. Thank you so much. I don't even know how to say thank you. Thank you.
A special person surrounded by her special students in the lunchroom.
Can I have a hug?
Yes.
That was so sweet. Well, that was Ryan Russell reporting, and the GoFundMe for donations for Marietta Jackson have now reached over $20,000.
Up next on Nightly at 4, an adorable dog who loves to have fun is waiting for his forever home.
We will let you meet him next in Pet of the Week.
We have lots to talk about. It's indeed been a very gloomy day. We'll talk about when our next chance for precipitation will be coming up next.
This week's Pet of the Week is Triangulum. He's a 2-year-old dog looking for a home.
OU Nightly's Romelo Woodfork spent the morning with him and shares his story.
He knows there's a treat in my pocket. Hi, Bug. A good boy. He does commands. Definitely loves his treats.
The manager at Second Chance Animal Sanctuary says Triangulum is so fun and energetic.
Gets along with other dogs. He just wants people to give him attention and love.
She says Second Chance wants to save as many furry friends as possible.
We do rescue other animals from other shelters that are on the euthanasian list, so we can get them off of that list.
She encourages more adoptions so every dog can be saved.
It helps us make more space for other animals that need to come in. Dogs are not judgmental. They're very, tamed. They know what they want, and they just want to feel loved.
Yes, but he's only been here since January, and he's a really fun dog. He just wants to have fun and play all day. So come on down to Second Chance, and let's give him a forever home.
What's up, dude?
Romelo, Woodfork, reporting OU Nightly.
If you or someone you know is interested in Triangulum or any of the other pets from Second Chance, visit their website at secondchancenorman.com. It's never too late to adopt a pet in need.
As of 2020, Oklahoma ranks 8th to last in literacy, according to the OKC Metro Literary Association. Norman's local libraries are creating initiatives and programs to encourage reading. OU Nightly's Olivia Daig has more on a program that is helping take the pressure off of reading aloud for young kids.
Be home before dark.
Saturdays at the Norman East Library are pretty quiet. So quiet, you can hear Willa snoring as Eli reads to her.
The idea is that kids can grow confident in their reading by feeling not judged.
The Positive Reading Buddies program began when the library resumed their in-person programming after the pandemic.
During COVID, when people were kind of having untraditional schooling and stuff, I feel like there was a lot out there about just kids getting behind.
According to the nation's report card, only 55% of fourth graders in Oklahoma were reading at a basic level or higher in 2022.
We just thought it fit perfectly with where we were in the world.
Anytime someone can practice reading aloud,
I love hearing about new things.
I think that boosts their reading skills and their confidence.
Some libraries in Norman already had this program, but Willa, the therapy dog, has a sweet spot for Norman East.
We had this really great connection with Willa and with her owner, Amber, because Amber works part-time for the library.
This is how kids get better. Is by reading, being read to and reading.
9-year-old Aaliyah agrees.
Willa is a really good dog, and I think everybody should read to her.
Olivia Daig, OU Nightly.
Some more about Willa. On the weekdays, she offers support to children as a courthouse therapy dog. And this January, Willa was inducted into the Animal Hall of Fame by the Oklahoma Veterinary Medical Association for her service to the community.
Well, I really wish I could get Triangulum's energy, especially with this gloomy weather. Let's take a look at our campus right now. The South Oval looking a little on the gloomy side. Temperatures in the upper 40s right now. Our dew point's gone down just a hair because a couple days ago it was mighty sticky. Now current temperatures across the board in the 40s, even up in the 50s. As you head further south and west, we'll see those warmer temperatures, but above all, we've had quite the temperature change. McAllister went down about 26 degrees in the past 24 hours. So a pretty significant cold front that we have seen with this storm system that we saw yesterday. Now, speaking of that has since passed out. You can see further east in Arkansas, that storm system that we saw yesterday has since passed our region, but we have a little bit of mist here and there. Some of it is not picking up on radar, but as you're out and about, expect a little bit of mist throughout the afternoon and evening hours. Now let's take a look at this big picture. This entire system was right over our state just yesterday, giving us a lot of severe weather, and it's even continuing to produce some severe weather as you head further east on the map. Now, for our evening on a local level, temperatures this evening are going to head into the 50s, dipping down into the lower 50s, 50 degrees by 9 p.m. And as we head into tomorrow afternoon, temperatures are going to warm up quite a bit in the mid-60s, 65. For our high tomorrow, will be pretty mild and a little bit on the breezy side as we head into tomorrow afternoon. Now, for your weekend forecast, you'll see temperatures this weekend in the 60s, so it'll be pretty nice outside. You're going to want to walk your dog, especially if your dog is just as energetic as the pet of the week this week. Now, temperatures this weekend, or our precipitation this weekend is going to be a little more above average as you head further east. Be pretty on that above average range. Now, we have a chance for some severe weather as we head into later on next week. Now, it's pretty early out, so we have all modes of severe weather possible throughout the portions of Oklahoma. This also extends into Kansas and down into Texas and the DFW region as well. So definitely stay tuned to OU Nightly. Keep up to date for the latest information as we head into next week, Monday through Friday, up until this next potential weather maker. Now, let's look at our forecast throughout the rest of the week. Temperatures pretty average for this time of year. Will be in the 60s, and then we'll head into the 50s, where we'll have that next chance for precipitation, a 40% chance as it stands, but I can see that increasing on Thursday. Temperatures will begin to warm up as we head into the rest of next week. We'll be back. Stay tuned for the next after this break.
An organization on campus is celebrating their culture with some friendly competition. The OU South Asian Student Association is hosting Norman Nechle, their annual Bollywood fusion dance competition, where teams from all over the country compete for a grand prize. Freshman rep Kushi Damani says she's excited to perform with OU's own Bollywood fusion dance team for their first performance after the group went on a several-year hiatus.
Norman Nechle will definitely be the kickoff. So it'll be our very first performance, and then we'll have follow-ups. But I don't know, the first performance is always like something special.
It will be tomorrow from 6 to 9 at the Reynolds Performing Arts Center, and tickets are on sale at the link on the Norman Nechle's Instagram page.
And now it's the segment you've all been waiting for, Caught on Camera. OU Nightly's Colton Williams is here with the best viral videos from this week. Colton, what'd you find for us?
Yeah, ladies, all right, you guys ever seen that movie Madagascar? That's what I thought of as soon as I saw our first Caught on Camera. That turned into a reality here this past week in Seoul, South Korea. This zebra escaped from the local zoo and it roamed the streets of the city. And, well, the first thing they did was they called the fire department. The fire department said, well, we don't know what to do. So they called the zoo, and the zoo officials, they arrived shortly after. It took nearly 3 hours of a chase before then officials finally safely tranquilized him. And, yes, he was safely returned to the zoo after a quick little escapade. All right, our second Caught on Camera. So these two guard dogs, these boxers, Nico and Stella, beautiful boxers, they raced to defend their household from this very threatening green dinosaur. Now, they were brave enough to eventually break out the door, take him head on, and it didn't take long before the threat was eventually neutralized. It only took them about a minute before the terrifying T-Rex deflated and the boxers successfully celebrated their victory. Yeah, they got that one done there. All right, here's our final Caught on Camera. This one's awesome. This is an extremely rare sight for Oklahoma. So last night, we had a magnitude G4 solar storm, which, by the way, wasn't very well forecasted. It occurred for a stunning display of the northern lights, the Aurora Borealis, over Oklahoma. Yeah, it's not usual for the northern lights. It's not unusual for them to be visible as far south as the Dakotas or Minnesota, but as far south as Oklahoma is nearly unheard of. These images from Paul Smith Photography out in Eric, Oklahoma. Now, Smith said the lights weren't this colorful with the naked eye, but that they were visible, and then some reports had them visible as far south as Phoenix. Never seen that in the Sooner State. That was beautiful. Ladies, back to you.
Wow, those are some beautiful lights. Thanks, Colton. And after 24 hours of labor, one Great Dane in Virginia gave birth to 21 pups. Take a look at this. The 2-year-old Great Dane began her labor process last Wednesday.
Now, while her owner expected a large litter, they were shocked to find a total of 21 pups. Unfortunately, 2 of the pups did not survive, but the new mom is staying busy with the remaining 19. The pups are now up for adoption, and the funds from the first puppy sold will actually be donated to a local shelter. Now, you may have seen them around malls and outside of grocery stores and even in your own neighborhood because it's Girl Scout season. But there's one Girl Scout in Alaska that went outside of the box and built her very own cookie drive-thru.
That's right, Emily, and the customers are eating it up. The 17-year-old said she took about 3 years to build the kiosk. That's it for tonight. I'm Carolyn Felling.
I'm Emily Faith. OU Nightly is next.